Here's the problem. Productivity in the US and globally has not increased in over 4 decades. That's right, 40 years, correcting for variability, there has been no increase in productivity in the last 4 decades. The result of that has been a loss of hundreds of billions of dollars in wages, salaries, profitability, and of course, growth and development of our organizations. In order to offset and to improve these levels of productivity, organizations have implemented a number of different strategies. They've worked on execution, they've worked on technology, a number of different fixes. But what they found in a CEO survey is the number one thing that organizations find that in this VUCA world, and VUCA, by the way, stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, we need employees that are innovative, creative, and ultimately high-performing. They need to focus on the core engine driving organization performance, and that is employee development. The biggest challenge I find in organizations is this. Most of the time, organizations promote leaders for their technical skills and abilities, but what they're often missing is the people side. How do leaders interact with their employees? That's critical in driving performance and engagement in their organizations, and ultimately the success of the organization. And so if a leader is primarily focused on the big picture goals and objectives, but not on the people that it takes to actually achieve those goals and objectives, that's when the organizations are less successful. And so I help leaders to focus on the people, how to bring in the right people, how to grow and develop those people, how to coach those people to be their maximum best. My name is Jeff Salters, and I have 25 years of consulting experience where I've helped hundreds of leaders just like you to increase the levels of productivity in their organizations. So in order to create a more high-performing organization, you need to grow more high-performing employees. So in order to do that, I'm going to cover 3 key topics. Number 1, hire for passion. Number 2, grow employee abilities. And number 3, unleash employee abilities. By the end of our time together, you will have all the tools and techniques that are necessary to create high-performing employees and high-performing organizations. So let's get started. So what I think differentiates my offerings, my services from others is I combine a number of different topics and domains that create models and programs and processes. So for instance, emotional intelligence, positive psychology, organization behavior and development, neuroscience, and psychology. And so I combine those in order to come up with unique processes for helping employees to grow and develop their skills and abilities. 70% of employee engagement is tied to the connection that an employee has to their manager and supervisor. And so if employees are leaving, or if morale is low, or productivity is low, it's often the leader that causes those things to occur. And so if we focus on leadership, training leaders to be more effective leaders, we get better employees and then more high-performing organizations. Here's one of the biggest complaints I hear from managers and leaders like yourselves in organizations. They say, Jeff, I work really hard to produce the products and services to deliver the results that my organization has hired me for. But here's my challenge. While I'm working hard, killing myself day after day, week after week, month after month, I kind of feel like my employees are not pulling their own weight. They're just walking listlessly through their work and not motivated or engaged. What can I do to increase that level of engagement for my employees? One of the things that leaders really struggle with most is bringing the right people, recruiting, hiring, selecting the right employees to bring them into your organization. Critically important. Most of the time, what leaders do is to focus on the technical skills and abilities that the employee has without really focusing on culture fit and the degree to which employees are really passionate about the work that they do. And so the number one reason that employees aren't engaged is they are not really that interested in the work that they do. A lot of organizations hire people simply because they have the skills and abilities to be able to do the work. However, if you hire for passion, you will hire an employee who will be dedicated to your productivity and to delivery of your products and services. So let's talk about this for a second. So for instance, have you ever been helped by an employee in a store who you could tell really didn't want to be there? Now compare that to a time when you actually work with someone who seemed like they were really joyous to be there, really happy to be there, really wanting to help you. Well, I had such an experience. And then I asked her, I said, Sally, I do this kind of work for a living where I'm helping people to improve their customer service. And I've never had the level of service that I actually had with you. What makes you so good at your job? And Sally said, Jeff, I love what I do, and I am thrilled to help people, and I am so disappointed when people walk away and they can't find the thing that they came there to get. And so Sally was passionate about helping people, and this job allowed her to do that. So I want you to think about the people that you're actually bringing into your organization, right? Because what people love to do, they do passionately. And if you can find people who are passionate about their work, they will deliver your products and your services, and they will win customers and expand your empire. Leaders also struggle with how to get their employees to perform at a higher level. Are you helping them to get better at what they do? Are you giving them developmental assignments? The best way to get employees to grow their skills and abilities is to give them assignments that cause them to stretch and grow their skills so that they have to take on new skills and abilities in order to get better at what they do. One of the other things that leaders really struggle with is giving feedback, both positive feedback and constructive feedback. Anytime you're giving feedback, we are taught, very first principle I learned, that we should praise in public and criticize in private, right? So if someone is not performing up to par, we should not publicly embarrass them. We should bring them to our office and have a conversation. One of the biggest challenges we have is that managers think that whatever rolls around in their heads should roll off their tongues and be directed at their employees without regard for the impact it's actually going to have, right? This causes a threat response to employees. When employees get threatened, they shut down and they will hear nothing else that you say. And therefore, there is no real improvement. Plus, they're going to be looking for a time when they can leave and go work somewhere else or for another manager. And that's not what we want. We want to grow and develop people. And so we can grow people by giving them feedback, by being honest, holding them accountable, but providing feedback in a way that they are more likely to hear it, right? So feedback should illuminate, but not humiliate employees. Humiliation drives resignation. And if we make employees resign, we have high turnover, and we all know those turnover costs. Employee engagement is one of the topics I talk on. And the research is really clear on this, that employees who are engaged, and only about 30% of employees are engaged at work, right? If an organization has employees that are engaged, they have at least 2.5 times higher revenues and profitability than those who do not. And so I specialize in employee engagement. I help leaders to create a more engaged workforce. That means a more inspired, more motivated workforce. An engaged employee is one who is willing to give what they call discretionary effort, right? To willingly give more effort to deliver products and services for their organization. And so if I can help your engagement levels to increase, I can help your profitability. I can help your revenues. I can make you a more effective organization. Let me leave you with this. Hire people for their passion. When people love what they do, it shows in the products and services they deliver. Grow their abilities. Increase the level of performance that allows them to produce at higher and higher levels. And then finally, number 3, unleash their abilities by engaging employees, by treating with kindness, respect, and dignity. And when you do all 3 of those things, your employees will flourish. And when your employees flourish, your organization will thrive.